Hello everyone, I am Samuel Islam. Today in this video I am going to discuss 5 previous year questions from Units and Measurement chapter. Basically Units and Measurement chapter is the first chapter of NEET physics syllabus. Okay. First question is the unit of thermal conductivity is. Okay. 4 options are given here. This question is from NEET 2019. So first you have to know what is thermal conductivity. So thermal conductivity can be defined as the rate at which heat is transferred by conduction through unit cross-sectional area of a material. Okay, unit cross-sectional area, this is heat, this is unit cross-sectional area of material when a temperature gradient exists perpendicular to its area. Okay, so this is all about thermal conductivity, and thermal conductivity denoted as K. Okay, thermal conductivity denoted as K, where Q is the amount of heat, X is the thickness of the material, A is the cross-sectional area, and T1 minus T2 is basically the temperature difference of the two surfaces of the material, and T is nothing but the time taken. Okay, we have to calculate here the rate of heat flow. Okay, so time is important here. Now question is what is the unit of thermal conductivity? So you have the equation. Now you have to find the units. Okay, so what is the unit of Q? Unit of Q is joule. Okay, X is nothing but distance or any thickness, so the unit is meter. A is area, so unit is meter square, and T1 minus T2 is basically temperature difference, or it's a temperature. Okay, so the unit for this temperature is Kelvin, and units for time is second. Okay, so what happens here? Meter and 1 meter in denominator cancel out. Okay, so remaining joule per second is watt, and 1 upon meter, 1 upon Kelvin. So what we get? We get watt meter to the power minus 1 Kelvin to the power minus 1. So this option is option A. Okay, so option A is the correct answer. Fine. Next question is, in an experiment the percentage of error occurred in the measurement of physical quantities A, B, C and D are 1%, 2%, 3% and 4% respectively. Then the maximum percentage of error in the measurement of X, where X is given here. Okay, X is given here, so you have to find the percentage error. So given X is A square, given X is A square, B to the power half, C to the power 1 by 3, D cube. Okay, fine. Now what you have to do? First take logarithm in both sides of this equation. Okay, so what you have now, log x. Okay, log x in this side, and in right hand side you get 2 log a plus half of log b, and this is in denominator, so you get minus 1 by 3 log c and d cube, so minus for denominator and 3 log d. Okay, fine. Now next step is differentiate both sides of this above equation. Okay, now you differentiate this equation, and one thing we have to remember, that if there is any negative sign in this equation, so for finding the percentage error, you have to convert all the negative signs to positive, as error is always additive. Okay, so maximum percentage error. Okay, so this is the equation, and the differentiation of this equation is this. So log x dx by x, and this 100 is for the percentage error, and here 2, and log a, differentiation of log a is dA by a. Similarly, half of dB by b plus plus sign is for the error. Error is additive. So here we convert this negative sign to plus, this negative sign to plus, and 1 by 3 dc over c, and 3 dd over d, and similarly here 100 is for percentage error. Okay, now okay, so you have to find the percentage error of x, measurement of x. Okay, so given a b c d, percentage error of a b c d 1%, 2%, 3%, and 4% respectively. Okay, now dA over a, that means 1, dB over b, that means 2, dc over c, that means 3. That is given. Percentage error of c is 3, percentage error of d is 4. You put these all values and get 2 into 1, half into 2, and 1 upon 3 into 3, and this 3 into the percentage error of d, that is 4%. So 4, and you get 16%. Okay, get 16%. So which option is correct? Option C is the correct one. Okay, now third question is, the main scale of vernier calipers has n divisions per centimeter. N divisions of the vernier scale coincide with n-1 divisions of main scale. The least count of the vernier calipers is, what is the least count? Okay, so this question is Odisha NEET 2019. Okay, now vernier calipers look like this. Okay, this is the main scale, this is the main scale, and this is the vernier scale. This is the main scale, and this is the vernier scale. And here these jaws are for measuring any dimensions. Okay, now what is given in question? N divisions of the vernier scale coincide with n-1 divisions of main scale. That means n vernier scale reading, that is equals to n-1 main scale reading. Okay, so 1 vernier scale reading, that is equals to n-1 divided by n main scale reading. Okay, and what is the definition for least count? Okay, least count, what is definition? Definition is the smallest reading which can be accurately measured with a vernier caliper is called as its least count, or it is also called as vernier constant. Okay, so least count, you can measure least count by this equation, 1 main scale division minus 1 vernier scale division. This is the formula for determining least count. Okay, so one main scale division minus one vernier scale division. So one vernier scale division, that is equals to n minus 1 divided by n main scale division. Okay, so after solving these equations, you get 1 upon n main scale division. Okay, now in the question, the first line is the main scale of vernier calipers has n divisions per centimeter. Okay, n divisions per centimeter. That means n main scale division, that is equals to 1 centimeter. Okay, so what you can write? 1 main scale division, that is equals to 1 upon n centimeter. Okay, here the options are in centimeters, so you have to find the least count in centimeter. Okay, here 1 upon n main scale division, that 1 main scale division, that is equals to 1 upon n centimeter. So 1 upon n into 1 upon n, that is 1 upon n square centimeter. Okay, so which option is correct? Option C is the correct one. Okay, now question number 4. Okay, a student measured the diameter of a small steel ball, okay, using a screw gauge of least count 0.001, okay, centimeter. The main scale reading, least count given here, note this point. Main scale reading is 5 millimeter, and the zero of circular scale division coincides with 25 divisions above the reference level. If screw gauge has a zero error of minus 0.004 centimeter, the correct diameter of the ball is. Okay, so this question is from NEET 2018. So how screw gauge looks? Here this is the main scale. Okay, this is the main scale, and this is the circular scale. This is the circular scale. Fine. So what is given in the question? 5 millimeter of main scale. Okay, so main scale reading diameter of the ball, you have to put the ball in this point. Okay, in this point, and measure the diameter. Okay, main scale diameter of the ball, that is equals to main scale reading plus circular scale reading into least count minus whatever the error is. Okay, so here main scale reading is 5 millimeter. Okay, so 5 millimeter is here, and circular division coincides with the line, that with this line, that is equals to 25 divisions. Okay, and the least count of this screw gauge is 0.001 centimeter, and percentage error that is given in the question is minus 0.004 centimeter. Okay, so you can calculate this and get 0.529 centimeter. Okay, so you can see this option is the correct one. Okay, now question number 5. a physical quantity of the dimension of length that can be formed out of C, G, and this quantity is, so you have to form a physical quantity with these quantities C, G, and E square by 4 pi epsilon naught, where C is the velocity of light, G is the universal constant of gravitation, and E is charge. E is basically the charge of electron. Okay, so this question is from NEET 2017, and dimension. Okay, so you have to form a quantity of dimension of length. Okay, so dimension of this quantity is square by 4 pi epsilon. How you get? You remember the law, Coulomb law. Okay, Coulomb law of static charges. Two charges Q1, Q1, Q2, separated by a distance r. Okay, separated by a distance r. Then the force between these two charges is given by this. Okay, F is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. Okay, so here Q1 Q2 is replaced by E. Okay, so E square by 4 pi epsilon naught, that is equals to F into D is the distance between these two charges, and you get, okay, what is the dimension of force? Dimension of force is mlt to the power minus 2. Okay, so mlt to the power minus 2 into what is dimension of D? D is distance, dimension of D is L, and dimension of D square is L square, so ml cube t to the power minus 2. Now you have to find the dimension of G. G is the gravitational constant. So what is the formula, or what is the law of universal gravitational force? So F is equals to G m1 m2 by r square, where F is gravitational force, G is gravitational constant, m1 m2 are mass of two bodies. Okay, r is the distance between these two bodies. Okay, so you can easily calculate G from this equation, and G is F r square divided by m1 m2. So you have to put the dimensions of these quantities, and you get the dimension of G is m to the power minus 1 L cube t to the power minus 2. Okay, and you all know what is C? C is the velocity of light. So what is the dimension of velocity? Velocity of dimension is Lt to the power minus 1. Now you have all the dimensions of these three quantities. Now you have to form a quantity of dimension of length by using these three. Okay, so length is proportional to this first quantity to the power p, this second quantity to the power q, this third quantity to the power r. Okay, so now put all these dimensions of these quantities, okay, here ml cube t to the power minus 2 whole to the power p. For G, this is m to the power minus 1 L cube t to the power minus 2 whole to the power q, and for C, that is Lt to the power minus 1 whole to the power r. Okay, now you get this. Okay, here L to the power, only L to the power 1. Okay, so you have to write m to the power 0, that means m to the power 0, that is equals to 1. So you can write m to the power 0, L to the power 1, t to the power 0. Okay, so and separate this all m l t and compare the powers of m in this side to this side. Okay, so p minus q, that is equals to 0. Okay, next 3p plus 3q plus r, that is equals to 1. Okay, that is equals to 1, and this minus 2p minus 2q minus r, that is equals to 0. Okay, evaluate all these three equations and you get p that is equals to half, q that is equals to half, and r that is equals to minus 2. So put these values in this equation. Okay, you easily get this as L that is equals to 1 upon C to the power minus 2, that means 1 upon C square, and G e to the power half, that is G to the power half, and E square by 4 pi epsilon whole to the power half. Okay, so which option is correct? Option D is the correct answer. Okay, so at last here motivational line for you: practice is not the thing you do once you are good. Okay, it is the thing you do that makes you good. Okay, so thank you for watching my video. If you have any queries, please write in comment box. Thank you.